Some days I miss vodka.
Stukov is not a healer I'd recommend for beginners, actually, but here we are. With a kit overloaded in utility, on top of the need for precise positioning, playing Stukov there's a lot to keep track of. Heals, slows, shoves, silences, slaps, subscribe. Even a root with the right talent. You'd think with all these tricks his healing output would be pitiful for balance reasons. That is not the case. His two main shortcomings are wave clear, stop, don't do it, and another thing we'll get into a little later. Stukov has some of the best team-wide sustain out of all of the healers in HOTS. It's a little more involved than, say, Brightwing or Lucio, but when you and your team understand how it works, you can recover an absurd amount of hit points. Because Stukov is not that great in an emergency. He can burst heal just fine, but with a janky Q and long cooldowns, you gotta be ready for it. It's easy to be caught with your pants down. Poorly timed, you may find yourself with 8 to 10 excruciating seconds where you can't heal your team. How long do team fights last? What, maybe 10, 15 seconds? Using your burst heal on a single person may be trading one problem for another. Stukov must maximize the value of his cooldowns. To that end, this hero is accidentally perfect for making friends. Because his kit is so tilted towards team fighting, Stukov excels in coordinated lobbies. Solo queue is viable, just know that you may find yourself playing both tank and healer on a hero that hates being focused. No, 5 heroes, my one weakness. Strong as he is, Stukov has a hard time saving himself. And it's all because of his other weakness. Stukov has no mobility. None. Zero. Not even a pity talent. He has a hard time keeping up with his team. If you're not constantly mounting and pre-positioning, you'll find yourself falling behind more often than not. And since he has no way to scoot in a particular direction, the only way to mitigate this lack of speed is with perfect positioning. Ah, positioning. I mention it a lot in these videos. Must mean it's important. I realize saying have good positioning is about as helpful as saying don't die and don't miss. But just have good positioning. Okay, how about this? So let's play a little game, shall we? It's called Pin the Stukov on the team fight. Here we got 2 teams, one on the left and the one on the right. Those of you with eyes will note that the teams are not equal. Now it's up to you, dear viewer. Can you point out on the screen where you think Stukov should stand? Oh, I didn't think this through. Send me an email. Text me where you think Stukov should be standing. Boost my engagement by telling me where Stukov should be. Grab your phone and take a picture of the screen and post it on the subreddit so we know you don't know how to use the snipping tool. Okay. Did you pick here? Woo, you're a genius. This spot does shift around depending on team comps, how aggressive both teams play, and levels, etc. Here, that's too far away. Your front line lacks support and you're unable to disrupt key targets. But you will live to hear the screams. Here, too close. Back to the core with you. Try to visualize and stand in your team's center of mass. Or maybe a little bit back. That way, your heal can propagate, you can slow enemy tanks, silence key targets, but most importantly, steal kills. That's right, not only is Stukov blessed with one of the most powerful kits in HOTS, he has the highest base auto-attack damage of any hero. It's not even close. 261 damage at level 1. That's more than a health chunk. That's more than some spells. That's more damage than a fully stacked convection quest. Just for clicking. Sure, it's got the slowest attack speed in the game, but that hardly matters if you only need to do it once. Does Vodanya. But what about his buttons? Stukov's heal costs 40 mana and has a 10-second cooldown. This targeted ability heals almost a health chunk over almost 5 seconds. The pathogen will also spread to a nearby allied hero every 0.75 seconds, but can only spread to a hero once per cast. Yes, I know about the talent. Time to undo all that social distance training. This spell can be used on any teammate, but with your immaculate positioning, you'll often find it's best to simply infect yourself. Then everybody gets their heal as fast as possible. This isn't a hard and fast rule, but it's very reliable. Weighted Pustule is a 50 mana, 10-second cooldown skill shot that deals minor damage and applies a tiny 5% slow that increases to applies a tiny 5% slow that increases to 50% over the course of 3 seconds. Pustules also deal bonus damage when they expire, are removed, or activated. Bio Kill Switch is the most important aspect of Stukov's kit. At the push of a button, Kill Switch activates all of Stu's diseases, pathogens, and pustules, providing burst healing for allies with green circles and damaging and slowing enemies with purple ones. But don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. You gotta make this cooldown count, because if you use it at the wrong time, you're screwed. A 16-second cooldown is an eternity in a teamfight. Heroes can blow up in an instant. Stukov has a bit of a tempo. First he heals small, then he heal big. Or vice versa. The cooldown of his trait and his Q don't line up perfectly to empower every other heal, but with pre-casting and good positioning, it often ends up that way. Lurking Arm is another iconic ability and one of the coolest silences in the game. For 60 mana and a 10-second cooldown, Stukov puts a puddle on the ground that deals 136 DPS to non-structure enemies and silences them for as long as they stand in the puddle, which lasts as long as Stukov channels it. The ability does render him immobile, but the ability has good range, and with proper positioning, you should be a pretty hard target. The disruption potential of Lurking Arm is amazing. Zone out the healer, interrupt the tank. Team fighting on a point, now only half the players can use their abilities. A Stukov with an eye for arms is an ass. So while Stukov's kit is overall fantastic and powerful, his ultimates are... Massive Shove is a 50 mana 20-second cooldown skill shot that comes out very quickly and shoves a hero all the way back until they hit a wall, damaging and stunning them for half a second. Fantastic for removing a problem if you have good positioning and aim, because you can't do anything else while you're shoving. You're locked into position, your only saving grace being the 50 armor the ability provides while shoving. You also want to hold this ability as long as possible in case you steal a kill in the bad way. If one target isn't enough, everyone needs to leave, the other ultimate is great for creating space. For a little bit more mana and triple the cooldown of Massive Shove, Flailing Swipe slaps 3 times in front of Stukov, with each slap clearing more space. It won't push people as far away as his other ultimate, but it will push more of them, giving you and your allies some much-needed breathing room. Stukov is not a beginner-friendly hero. He's got a lot on his plate, with access to nearly every single form of crowd control in the game other than stasis. Stukov is capable of disrupting the enemy team's plans like no other. This, combined with an incredibly dangerous auto-attack and high healing potential, means that Stukov is one of the most capable and effective team-fighting heroes in the game. But everything that makes him strong also makes him a target, and while he's a lot of things, fast isn't one. It's easy to find yourself isolated and focused, especially if you've already demonstrated how dangerous you can be. This can be managed to a degree with proper positioning, but ultimately you'll have to rely on your team if the other one wants you dead. Oh yeah, and mind your cooldowns. Thanks for watching. Sorry this took so long, I'm still trying to finagle my schedule with work. If you enjoyed the video, please leave an offering for the algorithm god. Every little bit helps, and we're coming in on the final stretch for 5,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. Video production's taken a bit of a hit recently, what with these 10-hour plus work days. But if all goes well, things will be back to normal soon. Thanks again for watching, see ya!